trying to push it, aren't you? See if my picture was on there.
Well, if you want to play the game, man, I'm here to hang out.
You gonna tell me under threat of arrest I can't film in the court clerk's office?
Yes, I am.
Welcome back to Guerrilla Audits. In today's video, we traveled to Okmulgee, Oklahoma to investigate a recent murder trial when these sheriffs demand Ron's ID to get in the building and then threaten to arrest him if he records in the court clerk's office. He is then denied access to public records. Let's get into it.
They require photo IDs to enter the building. Well, they said they can take your picture, it says, if they can't, if you don't have an ID. Okay. I have one though, so I'll let them violate my Fourth Amendment here. You have to have this, right?
Yeah.
I can't get in the building without giving you my identification.
Yeah. State statute's posted right over there.
That allows that?
State statute says you do, yeah. It's posted on the wall.
Well, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say that you can ID people. It says you can do a security check. But what I understand you're telling me is if I don't give you this, you won't let me in the building to conduct public business. Is that right? Okay. I'm giving it to you only on that basis, not, voluntarily. I'm documenting this for future purposes.
State of Oklahoma, you can't record me unless I give you permission.
That's not correct, sir.
That is correct.
That is not correct, sir.
That is correct.
That is not correct, sir.
You guys need to put it in here.
Sir, you should actually look at the 10th Circuit case that came out in 2022 that specifically says
He doesn't have my permission.
you're a law enforcement officer in the course of your duties. We have the specific right to record you. So this is a camera too.
I wouldn't do it.
Why would I? I'm not trying to record you, sir. I'm trying to go through security. But you're absolutely incorrect on that. I would check with the sheriff on that one. While you're doing that, I'm going to use the restroom, Chris. So I'll be back. I'm waiting for him. I don't know where the bathroom is.
Hurry up. Oh. What can I do for you?
Excuse me?
What can I do for you? Nothing? Okay.
I'm just waiting on my partner.
Okay. Hi. Well, if you want to play the game, man, I'm here to hang out.
I'm not playing no game. I'm here a camera guy.
Okay, where's your partner at?
I don't know why you're attacking me like that.
No, I'm not attacking you, brother. I just want to know what's going on.
There's a reason for engaging me. I'm just standing
Because you're in this building.
So?
Which way did your partner go?
I'm not sure if you went to the restroom.
What you waiting on? Are you waiting on me? Hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Oh, you're the undersheriff.
Yep, sure am.
Did you explain to him that you can be filmed?
Yeah.
He didn't seem to understand that.
That's fine.
So he told me I'd be in trouble if I filmed him, and I was actually gonna come talk to you guys because that made me concerned.
Can we walk out here for just a second?
Sure.
We're good, right?
No, I'd rather stay inside. Thank you.
You will?
Yeah, I'd like to stay inside. I got business inside. It's hot out there.
Okay, well, hang on for just a second. There are prohibited places that you cannot film.
Courtrooms, judges' chambers, bailiff areas. We're not going there.
Individual offices.
Court clerk. That's where we're going. We can
Okay.
film there.
No.
100%. 100%.
Listen, man,
100%.
we're not going to play games today.
You gonna tell me under threat of arrest I can't film in the court clerk's office?
Yes, I am.
Okay, what was your name? You understand I'm gonna sue you, right?
That's fine.
So, you understand that I can record anywhere I can publicly access. A court clerk is not under the control of the courts. They are a completely separate let me explain it to you. They're a separate constitutional office. It is a public office, sir. I have the right to go in there pursuant to Title 51 of the Oklahoma Open Records Act and inspect records and take pictures of them, which is what my intended purpose is here today.
The records?
Yes.
Okay.
So I'm going to that floor to ask for records related to a case, to view things that I can't see online, to take pictures of those pages, and then to leave.
You mean to try to, like, OSCN or?
Correct. Certain things on OSCN are not available, as I'm sure you know.
Yeah.
Okay. So like an information,
Unless it's sealed.
like an sure. These aren't sealed; they're just not available online.
Okay,
Like
so
an,
have it
like an
scanned.
affidavit. It's an affidavit for finding a probable cause.
Okay.
Okay. So I'm going to review one of those. Okay. I can go into a public area, if any public office, which the court clerk is a public office, I can go inspect it too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Right. That's what I'm going to do. Yeah, I want to inspect it though.
Okay.
I don't want to copy it. I'm going to inspect it. So that's what my purpose is here today. Are you telling me I can't engage in that activity?
No.
Okay, you just did.
Well, I'm not understanding your whole method here, but
Sir, I was using the restroom. I came out. You're here. I don't know what you're here for.
because I got called up here.
Okay. For what? Guys with cameras?
Yeah.
We're scary.
You know.
We have the right to record. We have the right to
record.
record
Sure.
in publicly accessible areas of public
Understood.
offices. The court clerk's office is publicly accessible, and it is a public office. Sir, I promise you, it is a constitutionally created office. It is.
Okay, so it's
All
the
right,
district attorney's office, but you can't.
I can't go back
in
into any restricted access areas, sure, but I'm going to the front counter.
Okay, you're
to
not
ask
asking to
for-
go to the back. I misunderstood
No,
you. Okay.
no, gosh, no.
So you're just
I'm
going
going to the
courthouse?
counter.
Okay.
I'm going to ask for one
All right.
file on the gentleman who, forgive me, I'm terrible with his name. It's Joseph, can't remember his last name. It's the guy who murdered 4 guys and
Kennedy.
dismembered him, Kennedy.
Okay.
So I'm going to, the affidavit for that case
Okay.
is not available online. So I'm
Right.
just going to the
That's
court clerk's
probably
office.
pretty lengthy.
Right, which is why I'm going to take some pictures of it,
Okay.
and then I'm out of y'all's hair. And normally I'd come by and say hello to the sheriffs because I love sheriffs.
Sure.
But normally they don't tell me I can't do things that I
He's a-
clearly can do. So.
Well, he's a new guy, so. Just,
No, I'm not going to go in any restricted areas. I'm not
Okay.
going to go bother
I
any.
misunderstood what
No,
you- I
sir.
thought- I
No,
thought you were
sir.
trying
No,
to go
sir.
to the
I'm
back.
going to the.
Okay.
I'm going to the front desk where they have the records, and I'm going to say, I got the case number. I'm going to say, can I see this file? They're going to say yes, absolutely, or they might get mad. Some of them get mad about cameras.
I don't think so.
Depends. You go to.
As long as you're staying at that front
No,
desk
I'm not
area,
going
you're
anywhere.
trying- Okay.
No, and quite frankly, I was then going to go find the judge that's assigned to that case, not go in there with cameras, and I was going to see what their procedure might be
So-
to whether they would consider letting us film his trial come up in June.
That's,
So-
I think that trial's off now, but
Is it again?
yeah. So at the end of the day, just so you understand, all of the judges are in restricted areas. You
Yeah,
can't-
yeah, no,
you
I'm not.
can't
You
even
won't
get
hear. I'm going to the court clerk's office.
Gotcha.
That's the only reason I'm in this building.
Gotcha.
Yeah, and normally, like I said, normally I'd have gone and said something to the sheriff's department first, but I got such a great relationship with most of the sheriff's departments. I've never had an issue coming into a courthouse except for in Pottawatomie County. That's the only place that they have had an issue that I've ever had an issue in Oklahoma.
Well, so at the end of the day, we don't mind you filming. I don't care. Okay. The main thing is you can't film in restricted areas.
Sure, not going to go anywhere.
And as long as you don't push past that desk, everything should be fine.
No, we're going to be just this polite. And,
So we actually had a couple of issues here in like the last week. So
Okay.
I thought you were one of those guys. So when they called, I come flying over here and try to figure
Meanwhile,
Trying to push it, aren't you?
What?
Trying to push it?
I'm trying to get the machine. What are you doing, man?
Let's see if my picture was on there.
You know how far I can focus?
I'm not gonna argue with you. I don't want to be video. If you want the picture, get it.
Yourself in the video. I was trying to get the machine. Come walk up on me like that, bro.
as long as we're not having, I think there was a miscommunication as far as we thought you were somebody else.
just going to go to the court clerk's office and get this file, and then I'll be out of y'all's hair. Okay. All right, now.
Y'all meaning to be in the county clerk's office?
Yes, ma'am. I need to do a records request. I'll just wait my turn.
Alright, what is it?
I need to do an Open Records Act request. What I need is there's an ordinance apparently that the county commissioners adopted about accessing the building without an ID, and I'm just trying to get a copy of that policy.
Okay, copy of the open record policy? What is it?
No, ma'am. A copy of the policy that they adopted related to IDs required to get into the building.
Okay, and who was it that,
It'd be the county commissioners that did that.
county commissioners? Okay, she's next door.
Do they not? Y'all don't keep the records for the county
Okay,
commissioners?
okay, let me double check. So our office doesn't have that policy.
Okay.
But she suggested maybe checking with the DA's office across the hall.
The DA's office. Okay, we'll go over there first. All right. Hello. The court clerk, or not the court clerk, the county clerk suggested that I come over and maybe ask you guys. We're looking for a copy of the policy.
One, did you see the sign outside the door? The door sign with the sign.
No, thank you. What I'm looking for is the policy.
Where'd she go? That was rude. How rude.
Ma'am, can you help me? She walked off. Who was that? Tracy. Do we have a last name? You don't know her last name? Do you know what her job title is by chance? You don't? Okay.
Work with-
What's this sign say outside?
I haven't seen it. No, I know who.
Yeah, you can't. If the public can go there, you can't tell me that. Sorry. If the public can go there, you can go there. So where are we going to get this from?
That's the private entrance right here.
Well, I don't know. I'm going to fill out an Open Records Act request and ask for who the records clerk is. Excuse me. Well, they don't seem to want to help. Can I get an Open Records Act request form, and I'll just get a copy of the card for your here's a copy of the card for the clerk.
Okay, so what was it again? I'm
An
sorry.
Open Record Act request form.
Okay, let me ask her about that.
And is that the clerk you're talking to?
Huh?
Is that Tanya you're talking to?
Uh-huh.
Okay, can you ask her if she'd just come talk to me about
Okay,
this?
I will.
I'd greatly appreciate it.
What, do you have to have pictures?
So you can figure out when you're told you can't get records and things and you're denied things that you should be given. That way you can document it.
Why?
Because it's against the law.
What's against the law?
Not producing open records when asked for them.
Oh, yeah, but they ain't doing that.
Well, I hadn't been able to get the record I've been asking for, have I?
They're trying to.
Well, no, it don't seem like nobody's trying to right now, so we're going to figure it out.
Hello.
Hello. So what I'm trying to get is a copy of the, they said they adopted a policy, the county commissioners adopted a policy related to presenting IDs to come into the building. That the county commissioners passed an ordinance or a resolution requiring that. Do you guys keep the commissioners' ordinances and things that they pass?
The resolutions, but the 2 years, or let me rephrase that. The 2 years I have been county clerk, I do not recall that. So.
Okay. So maybe if we can figure, because it's referenced on the thing downstairs when you come in, which is why they have the ID check. So you're not familiar with something having passed in the last couple of years?
No.
Okay. I'm just trying to get a copy of that policy so I can figure out
Let me.
who adopted it. Yeah, that'd be great. And I'll go down there, and if it's got a date on it, I'll come back up here and tell you. If I don't come back up here, then it doesn't have a date on it.
Okay, or you can just call so you don't have to come back up.
Yeah, no, I've got your card here, so I'll do
Yeah?
that.
All right.
Well, look, I wasn't planning on visiting you today. When I encounter things like that, I'm a big believer in the Fourth Amendment. The Fourth Amendment says that citizens have the right to be free in their papers and effects without a search warrant being issued to the government. When you go into a government building to conduct business, like you have to do to maybe file a court document or all these other things, I don't think that the government should be demanding that you give them all your personally identifying information. They can't get it into a cart. They can't get it into a stop unless you have probable cause. Why should they be able to get it when you're coming to conduct business at the courthouse?
I understand what you're
Well, that's why I
saying.
came over here to ask for it.
Yeah,
'Cause
let me.
I just don't like that
if
policy.
If you find a date, let me know. But
Yes,
I'll
ma'am,
go
I
through
will.
I have a book of resolutions back there. I'll go through
Awesome.
my resolutions and see if it's back there before my time.
Awesome.
So,
Thank you, Tanya. I appreciate you. Y'all have a good day.
You too, thanks.
Oh, April 17th, 2023.
If you enjoyed this video and want to see more audits, please hit that like and subscribe button. If you haven't already, check out our main channel, Gorilla Publishing, where we post more in-depth, long-form documentary-style videos. Thanks so much for watching, and see you next time.